Hello and welcome to the Daily Digestion channel. Today I'm going to go over tips for beginning juicers. Number one, when you start juicing, you want to just start out kind of slow, because first of all, you're going to overwhelm your body with a massive flood of nutrients. It may be a bit of a shock. Your body may be very toxic. So when you start out, you want to start out slow. I would recommend starting out with 1 cup of juice a day for the first week. And then the second week, I would move up to 2 cups a day. And then proceed in that manner. That way, you won't be unbalanced mentally. You won't kind of go off your rocker, so to speak. And it's just always better when changing a health regimen and adding new things, implementing into your diet. It's just always better to go slow. And that's the same with herbs as well. Okay, so that's number one. Number 2 tip is look for produce that is either being clearanced out, that's on sale. Shop around. Buy your juicing supplies for 1 week to start out, if it looks really good. If it's not looking so good, use your own discretion. Because you don't want to buy stuff that's going to go bad and you're going to waste it. Secondly, things to remember when trying to shop and buy produce on a budget is to go to different stores. Go to different stores and check out their selection. I personally, when I first started juicing in mass quantities, I improvised with recipes that called for spinach. If I couldn't buy the spinach that was really a great deal at Sam's, I would go get it at Aldi's, because that's where I was going to shop. Because I would get a type of greens there that was organic, and it was just as cheap, if not a little bit cheaper, but it wasn't spinach. It was more of a microgreens, deep leafy greens of all kinds of different types of greens in the mix. So, but guys, greens are greens. I mean, to an extent, like really heavy greens. It didn't taste as good as the spinach, but you throw a lemon in there, and guys, anything will work, okay? Another thing is, if ginger, for example, is too expensive to put in your juices, then if you have some red pepper powder in your cabinet, put like a little dash of that in your juice with the lemon. It will give it a really great flavor, and it will just give it a little bit of a punch, and it has the some of the same properties as the ginger does. So learn to improvise, think outside of the box. And the second thing to remember is when you're trying to save money on juicing is don't be afraid to go up to the produce managers at the stores and tell them what you're doing. Say, I have a chronic health issue and I am juicing and I am on a budget. Do you have any recommendations? Is there a time that I can come during the week that you mark produce down and you clearance it out? Or can you put back stuff that you're going to throw away and let me buy it at a discount price? Don't be afraid to go up to people and tell them your story. Tell them your story. Don't be ashamed. Don't be, afraid or bashful. And so those are some tips on ways you can save money. I'm just going to leave it there for right now. Okay, another thing, if you're trying to incorporate, like, say for instance, let's say you go to the store and parsley's on sale and cilantro's on sale, or cilantro's not on sale and parsley's on sale. Buy the parsley. If cucumbers are being clearanced out that day and they're 50 cents, they're 2 for $1, use those as your base instead of celery. Learn to improvise, and your juicing will go a lot farther. It is what it is. You're doing the best you can do, and there's benefits to all types of different vegetable juices. My mother healed herself with potatoes, because that was all she had. That was all she could get was potatoes. She juiced potatoes, and she healed her body with from breast cancer when I was 8 years old. For some reason, I don't know why, she couldn't get carrots and she couldn't do the carrot juice, and she did the potato juice, and that worked. So incorporate as many raw foods into your diet as you can. Another thing that is a huge deal, you are not going to be eating as much, so therefore you're not going to be buying as much food. So that's going to save money on your grocery bill right there. Okay? So when you go to the grocery store, or when you normally would go out to eat at McDonald's, there's $6 that you're going to save right there. And you're going to be able to put that on your juicing bill. Okay? So when you start your juicing regimen and you get up to the full juicing amount of juicing, like 3 24 ounces a day, which is what the Norman Walker calls for in his juicing protocol, which I'm going to put that in the next video. You're not going to eat breakfast and lunch. You're just not going to, okay? So there's money that you're going to be saving right there. Okay, so with that money that you're saving, what you're going to do is you are going to take that money and you're going to buy juice supplies with it, guys. It's a win-win situation. And another thing is, the more you concept this idea of juicing into your psyche and you put it out there to your maker, God, and you start meditating, you start praying about it, God is going to open up your eyes to all kinds of things that you never even noticed before. For example, I really just started plugging into nature and so forth, and all of a sudden God opened up my eyes to all of these organic dandelion greens that were in my neighbor's yard. I never even noticed them before. I went and got some, I asked him if it was okay. I went and got some Walmart bags, and he said, yeah, it was fine. And I got 3 Walmart bags full of dandelion greens, washed them off, stuck them in my refrigerator. They lasted for quite a long time, and I didn't have to buy greens for that week. Free greens. Guys, there's ways to do this. There may be some growers in your area. Farmers, talk to them, find them, ask them. Like right now in my area, kale season. This is the time of the year when you can buy certain greens that grow this time of the year. You find some farmers that are looking to get rid of stuff, tell them what you're doing. Guys, they will be generous. They will be more than willing to help you. Okay? So, I hope this helps you, And
another thing that I would like to add about tips on saving money for juicing is that what you should do is about buying a juicer, look for juicers that are used. Go to flea markets, look in newspapers for people who are selling them, and try to find somebody that is trying to get rid of an old juicer that they have. You would be amazed at some of the things you can find. I found a Green Star brand new for $15. And that was amazing, because my first Green Star I paid $250 for, and it was used, and it was, no offense, it was a piece of garbage. I mean, not really. It worked okay, but it wasn't as nice as the used one or the newer one that I found at the flea market for $15. So guys, it just goes to show that when you put your mind to something and you really start concepting it and praying about it, that you'll find the answer. You'll find what you need. So you just got to keep seeking, keep knocking, and keep finding, and don't give up. Don't give up looking, okay, for a good quality juicer for cheap. You never know what you're going to find. Also, I hope you enjoyed this video about juicing tips for on a budget. If you have any recommendations for more of tips on juicing on a budget, please leave them down in the description box below for other people who may be interested in the subject. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the description box, and I'll be glad to answer them. And I will see you in the next video.